Corpse of Kermit the Frog here. I want to invite you to watch Wheels of Fury with me and my Killer Kyle, or I will eat your soul. Yay! And this is Killer Kyle, and this is NXT Chicago Part 2. Chicago, home of
Deep dish pizza, hot dogs, the Cubs,
Blackhawks, and the Bears.
and of course CM Punk.
Yeah. You know, one day, I guess. You know, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
So, it's a really huge shitstorm with CM Punk. You know what?
Yeah.
It's like the guy fucking doesn't learn. You're not a fighter. Go back to professional wrestling. You know better.
Yeah.
Christ. Anyways, welcome. This is the NXT Chicago Part 2. This is pretty cool, actually, because that means NXT Toronto is just a way away.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna start with NXT Women's Championship. We have Shayna Baszler versus my girl.
The psychotic one herself, Nikki Cross.
So yeah, Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross. And you know, I think that this is gonna be a really good match. I think Nikki Cross is her time, you know. I think that her breaking off from Sanity is a good time for her to finally get the title. Now, Shayna Baszler, I'm not sure if that's the right opponent to do so, but
Yeah. Well, here's something interesting about this match and kind of my thoughts about it. Nikki Cross essentially got the Carmella treatment. Now, before anybody goes off the rails, let me explain. When Carmella was with Big Cass and the messed up Enzo Amore, she was kind of their manager, their associate, whatever. Once Big Cass and Enzo ended up on the main roster of Raw, NXT kind of kept her for a little bit longer to develop her in-ring skills, give her more singles matches, and really kind of develop her as an overall wrestler. And then it seemed as if once they put her on SmackDown, that's when they initially did a character development with her and turned her into a heel, and then of course gave her the SmackDown Women's Championship and so on and so forth. It's essentially the same with Nikki Cross. When Nikki Cross was with Sanity, she was a member of a group, and yes, she would have singles matches, but very few and far between. It's the same case with Carmella. Now that Sanity is heading to the main roster. We haven't seen them on SmackDown yet, which I'm sure we will eventually at some point.
Yeah.
They reserved Nikki Cross on NXT to, I believe, give her more matches, singles matches, and really develop her in-ring skills a bit better. And I also think that they've essentially turned her into a babyface.
Yeah.
Because they've got her kind of aligning herself and mentoring sort of Dakota Kai, and now they've got her and Shayna Baszler in a rivalry which kind of came out of nowhere, but not fully out of nowhere. Because I mean, like, Shayna Baszler kind of intimidating and scaring and bullying Dakota Kai, and those series of matches, and then Nikki Cross getting involved, and the whole charade with Nikki Cross challenging Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship after Shayna had already defeated Dakota Kai for the second time for the championship, and having Dakota be the referee was funny, but at the same time it was a odd way of starting the rivalry, and it makes it interesting because you've got Shayna Baszler, who is like the hardcore badass, and you've got Nikki Cross, who is AJ Lee pre Divas title run.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, it's like AJ Lee advanced to the next level, basically.
more or less.
AJ on caffeine.
Yeah, you could say that. And I mean, they've managed to develop the rivalry pretty good so far over the last 3-4 weeks, whatever it's been, to the point of having this match at NXT TAKEOVER Chicago. Now, would it be Nikki Cross's time to be champion? I don't think so just yet.
No,
Like-
I think it has to marinate a little bit longer
Yeah.
because she hasn't started on her own.
Right.
Like, she's been wrestling since she got to NXT, obviously, but
Yeah.
this is the first time that she's without sanity.
Yes.
That sounds funny. But it's like, let's see, when I say this before, let's see what else she can do.
Yes.
Because if you put the title on her willy-nilly, then it's going to be like, okay, so what the hell? Like, it's kind of like that with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that you had to have 3 fucking matches and this one coming up. Now, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But it's like that. You put the belt right away on somebody that's trying to find their own way instantly, then it's not gonna be good. Like, because, well, it's not gonna be good. I mean, they tried that with Roman Reigns. And, well, no, actually, no, let's say Paige. Paige went to won her title the first night. And it's just like, okay, that doesn't make sense.
I believe also too, it's one of those things where have Shayna keep the title, develop Nikki Cross more as a face, and also continue the rivalry, build it up a little bit more until you get to maybe a few weeks down the road at an NXT live event
Yeah.
at Full Sail, or maybe the next NXT TakeOver. Just I mean, it's a good start. It just needs to develop more.
Yeah. So, as much as I love Nikki Cross and her fighting style and whatever, her craziness, you know, I have to go with Shayna because Shayna, you know, a veteran in the octagon, I'm sure, knowing her shit and just like, you know, she's, like I've said many times, one badass motherfucker. And so she can do it, you know, and if, I would like to see if Nikki lost, then who knows? Maybe she'll have a match with Dakota Kai for the title. Who knows? But I think that this time around, I'm gonna go with Shayna.
Yeah.
So there it is. Oh yeah, right. So is that your pick too?
Yeah.
All right. So now we go on to one of the matches that I'm looking forward to. I'm really impressed with these individuals. We're talking Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah. The one and only against the Dream.
Yes. And it's kind of cool to see these two go at it. Like, especially the last time that they faced each, like face to face. Yeah, Velveteen going and he's talking about, okay, you know, I'm better than you at this. So I'm better than you at that.
Anything you can do, I can do better. And I'm
That fucking 680 or 360, whatever you want to call it, out of the ring and landing right on his feet.
feels like he's done it, you know,
Jesus.
thousands of times. No biggie. And the look on Drew's face was just like, holy shit, I can't believe you actually just did that. Yeah, that was cool.
Oh. And I've seen these individuals live, and they impress me.
Yeah.
You know, they are really good, and I think because Ricochet was in Japan for a long time, it's interesting to see what kind of style he brings to NXT. What concerns me is what they're going to do with him if he ever goes up to the main roster. I'm not saying they're not going to do anything bad with him. Obviously, they haven't done anything bad with Shinsuke Nakamura yet, or anything like that. So we'll see how that happens. Velveteen Dream, I think, is one of the best in NXT right now. You know, he's definitely got that flamboyant,
Flamboyant, cocky, swagger.
as I always say, Wesley Snipes meets Prince. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. You know, I think that these two are going to have
Oh, they're gonna tear the house down, guaranteed.
the match of the night instantly. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go with. Well, I know that he's lost since he's got the NXT Takeover, or for NXT Takeover, but I'm gonna go with the Velveteen Dream.
As much as the Velveteen Dream has developed himself into a very good character, does the role quite well, and you got Ricochet coming from Japan and just exuberating his style, and it's cool to see that he hasn't really diversified or counterintuitive his in-ring style. He's just stuck with what he knows best. And I really feel that when these two get in the ring on Saturday night, they're gonna have, like, when they were first in the ring or on NXT there a few weeks ago, it started to look like they were gonna, tear the house down, and then of course there's the whole fucking shit show with goddamn motherfucking Lars Sullivan.
Oh yeah.
So this match, I feel, will go much better, much longer, and I think Ricochet could pull it out, honestly.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very interested to see, and I hope you're not wrong. Yeah, I think so.
Well, you know you're not wrong.
It's gonna be an interesting match, and I'm gonna say match of the night, so.
Yeah, for sure. Either that one or the next one. Well, either Ricochet and Velveteen Dream will be match of the night, or the next match is a rivalry that's been brewing for months. They had a match at a previous takeover. I think it was either New Orleans or Philadelphia.
It was New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans, and they absolutely did a phenomenal job. And so I think either Ricochet or Velveteen Dream could be match of the night, or a Chicago street fight between Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano, and the Black Heart Sicilian Psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa.
These two guys, fucking A, because their match in New Orleans, one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, that was an awesome match.
A non-sanctioned match.
Yes.
And so you look at the Chicago street fight and you think, wow, how more can they get fucked up?
How can they top themselves from an unsanctioned match?
Now I'm going to throw a swerve ball, and I'm going to go a la Royal Rumble 1993, when we had Sherry turn on Shawn Michaels because of the incident where she got smashed with the
Giant
mirror.
heart mirror.
Yeah. Because not too long ago, Candace was trying to get Johnny away from Tommaso. And so he's up on the apron, and Johnny manages to hit him onto fucking Lorraine, and she took the biggest, well, it sounded like the biggest bump ever.
Yeah.
Onto the steel.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I can definitely see a heel turn. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows? But that would be kind of interesting. Like, I know they're married, and I know that Tommaso and Johnny are friends outside of wrestling. So who knows how that can work? I'm just spitballing.
Good idea. I don't know if they would execute that properly, though. I mean, it just wouldn't make all that much sense, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I would say, because Johnny Gargano won the unsanctioned match at TAKEOVER New Orleans, Tommaso Ciampa could win this one and square it up in one piece, and then at some point have a rubber match. Or you could have Johnny go up 2-0 on Tommaso as far as takeover matches are concerned, and then maybe the ultimate conclusion to this feud could be steel cage or loser leaves NXT.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, I think it's due time for Johnny to head over to the main roster. He, unfortunately, hasn't had the NXT title. I wish they would have shit or get off the pot, but that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Yes, for sure.
So, for this one, yeah, you know what, I'll just say, yeah, I think that Tommaso's going to come out on top. So we go on to the take team match.
Yeah.
We've got the dishonorable team, the undisputed era. Yeah, I can't fucking do it. We have Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. So I guess Bobby Fish is still injured.
Yeah, I think he's still in the rehabilitation stage. I'm not exactly sure how much longer it'll be until he finally does return. But yeah, still seems like he's on the mend right now.
And they're gonna take on the Brit Am Connection. We've got Orny Lorcan and this fucking guy, Danny Burch. Yeah, I couldn't read that. Anyways, yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. I think these guys definitely are really cool as a tag team. And do I think that it's time for new tag team champions? Well, let me put it to you this way. I think that it was really cool when Red Dragon were the tag team champions.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Fish got injured, and now you have Roderick Strong taking his place. To me, it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I think Roderick Strong can benefit better with a singles championship belt, but only time will tell. So, yeah, for this one, I think it's going to be a really good match. Their epic ending of NXT was amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
So, I'd like to see the Baldies win the titles this time.
Yeah, I agree with Matt because Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish were the tag team champions.
And they go way back, too.
Yeah.
So,
And then Bobby gets injured, and then Roderick joins the Undisputed Era. And so, with Bobby out and recovering, it was almost as if they didn't want to take the titles from Kyle and Bobby. So, with Roderick Strong in there, have Roderick be one half of the tag champions, and maybe hang on to them until Bobby comes back, and then Bobby and Kyle circle around to be tag champs again. Have Adam Cole as the North American Championship, and then somehow have Roddy become NXT champion.
yeah.
And have the four of them basically rule the roost, so to speak, as far as NXT championships are concerned. I mean, they pretty much are almost like, and if four of them were to become champions, the modern day Four Horsemen. Have one as your world champion and the other three as your main mid-card champions.
Yeah.
Now, could Oney Larkin and Danny Burch become tag team champions? It's quite possible. I just don't see it working right now, only because the rivalry has only gone on since Roddy turned on Pete Dunne, and then Andy Burch and Oney Larkin got involved to make the odds even, so it wasn't 3-on-1 as far as like Pete Dunne against Roderick Strong, and then have Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly get involved. So, me, the most sense making of this match would be to have Roddy and O'Reilly subsequently hold on to the titles.
Yes, I think that would be interesting. You know, as much as I want to see these two guys win the titles, I'm not sure how that's going to work. It could work. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But yeah, like, I'm still a fan of the Undisputed Era, just for other reasons. But, you know, that's just kind of a wait and see. It'll be a good match nonetheless.
You got that right.
So, our last match of the night. We have NXT title, two behemoth men. Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan.
Yeah. The Danish knockout artist against the modern day Rocky Mountain Monster.
Dutch.
Dutch, whatever.
Foul! Well, it's cool.
Dutch Destroyer and modern day Rocky Mountain Monster.
Oh, yeah. You know, these guys fucking can tear the house down as well. You know, it's just a matter of... You see these two big guys go head to head, and it's like, well, there's not really much of a challenge, but in the end, it looks like it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Lars Sullivan really made Aleister humble
Essentially.
in the recent episode of NXT.
Well, the last couple episodes.
Well, that's true as well. So, I mean, who knows? I think that it's a cardinal sin to pick up the title that is yours and hold it above your head for obvious reasons.
And then expect to win it. TAKEOVER event or pay-per-view. I mean, yeah, it generally doesn't work out that you pick up the title and hold it just days before the takeover and then expect to win it at the takeover event unless your name is Jinder Mahal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I think Aleister should retain.
Yeah.
I think Lars Sullivan could get the title at the next pay-per-view, you know. Maybe at the SummerSlam 1 when they go to Brooklyn. Or wherever they're going. I think right now it's just not that time, so Aleister needs more time to be the champion, and then maybe we'll have Lars Sullivan win the title at one point or another.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna call an Aleister Black retention because the last 2 weeks, Larry Sullivan has pretty much ass-whooped Aleister Black and made Aleister look like his bitch.
Yeah,
But
basically.
I think Aleister can find a way to overcome one of the biggest guys. No, actually, I think he is the biggest guy on NXT right now, and hold on to the title.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I'm going to say Aleister Black as well. And I think that we'll see where it goes from there. I think that Aleister makes a great champion, and there's much more he can accomplish as the champion.
Yeah.
With Lars Sullivan, we'll see where that goes. I think
Yep.
Lars is a good wrestler. It's just right now he's a powerhouse, and he's destroying things left and right. So, man, just thought of this too. Actually, for some reason, if he goes on Raw, let's say Baron Corbin is done doing what he's doing, like can form a tag team.
Maybe.
They kind of look alike.
It would be an interesting tag team. I just think that Larry Sullivan has a lot more mass to him than Baron Corbin does, so it would be like partnered with a straight up powerhouse.
Yeah, that's true. And I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with War Machine, aka War Raiders. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, so that was NXT Chicago Part 2. It'll be fun to see what's going on. I can't wait, and we will be right back to review our
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. So for
It's,
me,
it's not ours, but that's the next night. Father's Day.
that's right. So for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle, and I'll see you in a bit.